My name is Dr. Ian Hermeni-Horses. I am Sichunga Lakota. I grew up on the Rosebud Reservation, and I currently live in Lafayette, Colorado, and I work at CU Boulder. I graduated high school from Todd County High School down in Rosebud. From there, I went to CU Boulder. Got a Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science and a Math Teacher's License, and got my PhD in, I think officially it's Curriculum and Instruction, STEM education now, but I'd like to tell people that my PhD is in Computer Science education. So the goal of this camp is to develop kind of an AR web app that ideally will run on a phone, where we'll point the camera at something, typically a plant, and we can say take that picture, and then our models that we'll generate will tell what that plant is in Lakota, what its traditional uses were. So it becomes a language learning app, it becomes a knowledge preservation app, and a knowledge dissemination app. Things that are at risk of being lost within our specific community and a lot of Indigenous communities. This isn't like other camps where students might take one class and then go to a different type of class. We're focusing on this the whole day. So that can feel like a lot. And then also wanting to take part in all the social things like I just went to today. Typically I would probably try to take the weekend off, but I'm probably not. I'm gonna keep trying to hang out with the students because building those connections is also a super important part of it. Them seeing us as instructors and our staff as being Native folks who've been successful academically, but also found a way to use that success to continue to serve our communities. Being, I don't know if model is the right word, but some sort of representation of that. I don't just want to go into the classroom, teach, and then go home. Like it's more than that. We're building people. We're not just building technology. Building connections with students, helping them out, seeing them try stuff out, have moments of feeling challenged, and then kind of helping them work through that and then get to success. I think that's an important element of this. I don't think we would be doing a good job if we just got them to be successful all the time. Like knowing how to be challenged and have a good problem and work through it is something that's really important in the field of computer science. And I think we're doing that pretty well, and we're giving them kind of tools, but also the confidence to know that like, I cannot feel like I know everything right in this moment, but I can get there. Oh, magic. If you can think it, in time you might figure out how to make it. And I have continually been surprised in my short and long 39 years of life. When I was born, the internet did not exist, at least not for everyday people. I got to experience the internet coming to fruition, and now we carry around, my phone folds. It's a wild time, and it will continue to be a wild time. And so I hope that, folks from a community like where I grew up get to take part in creating that. If not for everybody else, at least for our own unique needs. Lakota, in my world, or in my view, have always used whatever the best thing is to solve the problems at hand. Before the horse, came to North America, or at least the modern version of the horse, we would haul around teepees and do it ourselves, right? All across the plains. And saw the horse, recognized it, it is its own being, it is its own thing, but there is kind of a technological advancement that could be made with that. As we learn about things, as we recognize their potential uses to serve our needs and improve our lives, we have, in the past, always been willing to reach for that. In the modern time, it's, things have been moving so fast. I think there's concerns within the community that reaching for those things pulls us away from our culture and our traditions. And, I'm hopeful that, students in this camp and us and my colleagues within our organization, we figure out how to kind of keep hold of that practice of recognizing what is useful technology for us, what makes our culture stronger, what helps our communities to grow and be well. And that may mean moving away from some older practices, but with purpose, like informed purpose. Oh, there's, the line that the youth are the future, um, which is true. But also, I'd also like to take a step back and think I can do stuff too. And older folks can do stuff too, but we can't do stuff if we're not informed. And so working with youth is important because they're one part of that puzzle, and they're really set up to learn and see things that I won't see. They're experiencing the world in a different way than I experience it, and they have to be part of that story. And so, yes, I've had a lot of training in the technical space and I'm very well educated, but I need that context, and I need those colleagues, even at that young age. Like I'm really hopeful that I'm going to be calling them my colleagues in a couple years. Even when they're like sophomores, right? They'll be working on projects with us. A big goal of this is we are creating, an ecosystem of people that can build stuff. Because there's not a lot of us in the AI space. I think I would wager that there's probably less than 20 Indigenous folks that work in the AI space in North America. That's not enough of us for us to really do anything insanely meaningful. But we have 14 now in the camp. And in a few years, that number is going to grow. In a few more years, that number is going to grow even bigger. We have siblings at the camp who are like, they came last year, and now they're like, hey, sibling, why don't you come do this too? And so they're going to be thought partners going through their lives. And I can't imagine what they're going to do. I've stopped being surprised by what youth figure out and think up. And so, yeah, I just want to be here the best I can and get out of the way when it's time.